Uh-oh, buddy, it looks like the Leafs have lost their spark. Well, really, they lost their sparks. Spark, but not like singular, but plural. This is not the time!
Showtime!
Penny point! Whoopsie daisy, this team is ruining my life! Leafs half win, 5-4 in overtime against the San Jose Sharks. And more importantly, you should ask for some goalie equipment for Christmas because you just might become the backup goalie for the Toronto Maple Leafs at this point. Garrett Sparks leaves this game just over 11 minutes in. Gee, I wonder why! He looked like he was a little uncomfortable in the warm-up. Alright, okay, that's gonna happen. You know what probably didn't help? 15 shots against in 11 minutes and 32 seconds! Bernier just on the bench like, seems like the Leafs defense isn't that great, but, you know. So it's 2-0 Sharks, Sparks has to leave the game, Bernier is now in net. You know what kind of a workload 15 shots in 11 and a half minutes is like? If he stayed in net the whole game and they stayed at that pace, he would have faced 75 to 80 shots. And he was holding the fort at even strength, but the Leafs just kept taking penalties and they allowed 2 power play goals. How do you allow 2 power play goals that early in the... Okay, you know what? No, calm down. Because then something amazing happened. Leafs get a bounce their way, Daniel Winnick over to Pistol Petey Holman scores 2-1 heading into intermission. Leafs are lucky in that regard. 4.5 minutes into the second, Leo Komarov skating with the puck, skating. He has time to taunt Martin Jones in all 5 languages he knows, scores! That is right, the Leafs tie it up and they head into the second intermission with a tie. No way! James Van Hockey with the James Van Hockey hands besides the net. The Leafs actually head into the third with a lead. Because apparently hockey's kind of stupid. And 2 minutes into the third mad scramble in front, Michael Grabner, grab that! It's 4-2 Leafs. They double up the Sharks. And at that point, everyone just goes... Hi, John. And he's just in net like, yeah, shut up, I know. And this is where I just... I gotta say a couple things, but first let's go through what happened. Marc-Edouard Vlasic puts it on net, and Bernier had such a good sight of it, didn't he? And the puck goes in. And then Matt Nieto in front of the Leafs net, and Matt Hunwick had him covered, didn't he? He had him all just couldn't breathe, but Nieto scored anyway. Then it's overtime, and Brent Burns puts it on the net, and it deflects off nothing. Nothing. Just goes straight in the net, doesn't it? Just goes straight in the net, and the Leafs lose, and Bernier coughs up the lead. No, that is not what happened. Defending Bernier last video was a bit of a stretch. I'll just straight up admit that. In this video, no. Bernier was one of the best Leafs on the ice. The Leafs suck. Vlasic puts it on it, because of course he does. Bernier can't see the damn thing. The Leafs are all in front of him. He screamed. Matt Hunwick on the Nieto goal. What do? You wake up, you're in an NHL game. You were signed to a 2-year deal in the summer, Matt. Not a 1 year so you can be gone at the trade deadline. Put on a pot of coffee. He's gonna be here a while. Holy smokes. And the Brent Burns goal, it goes in off Peter Holland, who might have been the best Leaf last night. And you know why? Because for a while, things were going so nicely. I was getting so optimistic about the team. But we're right back to where we were earlier in the season, where the Leafs can't just lose. The puck has got to bounce in off of the player on their team. And the Sharks have to break a record in the process by getting the most shots in one period on the road they've ever had. Because of voodoo, wizardry, and... Yes, you've heard me say this before. Holy smoke! Leafs get outshot 44-31 in this one, and it's easy to look at the shots and go, yep, the Leafs were bad in this game. They didn't get outshot against Tampa, and they still allowed so many point-blank chances. And offensively, the voodoo was pinching them too. Loophole, how do you miss that one, Joffrey? And it sucks because, like, they played a nice game offensively. Frankie Corrado looked good in this one. He played over 12 minutes. He even got a point. And Bernier could have been the hero. He could have picked up his first win of the season in relief, which would have been hilarious, but it would have been a win. And they lose because the Sharks got an OT winner from a guy on their team who looks like everyone's EASHL create a character online. And it bounced off one of the league. I hate this team. I don't hate this team. You know what I hate? You know what I hate? Wins as a goalie stat. Oh, Steve, you play to win the game. Yeah, teams play to win the game. Yes, the goal is to win the game as a team. But if you get like 50 wins in a season as a goalie, it doesn't necessarily mean you're an awesome goalie. I mean, usually a goalie with a lot of wins is probably a good goalie because goalies help their team win. But like if you hold up your end of the bargain, you stop like at least 92% of the shots you face, and your team gives you no goal support, you get the loss and you look like garbage. It's the same with pitchers in baseball. Wins are not the greatest indicator of how good that pitcher is. Bernie is 0-8-3 on the season, and make no mistake, he's having a bad season. But in 4 of his losses, he allowed 2 or fewer goals, including a 2-1 shootout loss to Buffalo where the Leafs were outshot 35-24. Bernie's not having a good season, but let's not pretend like he's playing behind the 1979 Habs every night. And now James Reimer, Garrett Sparks, and let's throw in Nick Spaulding too, are out. Merry Christmas. Question of the game, why does the universe hate the Toronto Maple Leafs? That's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends and